there are multiple transits happening at the same time, but they all, for me, point to an argument or just a disagreement, but in the sense that your feelings could get swept away, but the sun is trying to show you that what's more important is what you want to do, not necessarily getting so swept away with the feelings of whatever was going on.
This is June 21?
This is January 22.
January 22. We were going in to the spring semester. And so, so actually at that point, I was having a lot of doubts about school because of the fact that this is the first time they were back in person since COVID. And so with that, especially going for a theater major and kind of going to that department, it was a little shaky because they didn't know if they were putting on shows. They didn't know what was going to be allowed. And then also just funding for the shows if they were going to do anything like that. And so it wasn't necessarily the experience I was expecting to have. And it was kind of rough to be able to go to these classes and, try and figure out how they're going to work with COVID restrictions and everything else like that. So I started to have little doubts because I remember at the end of that spring semester, I didn't know if I was going to go back to school that following year, just because there were things going on that I was like, I don't know if I'm going to get what I want out of this. And I was paying for school throughout this time.
Well, that's how it's like.
It's just, so it's not like I'm, I have a student loan that I'm going to put off for X amount of time afterwards.
Right.
And so I think the one thing that kind of made me stick with it was just that I didn't want to quit on it so easily, where I could have easily been like, you know what, this isn't working out the way I wanted it to. And I'm glad that I didn't, because it kind of grew a little bit. Yeah, exactly. It grew little by little from that point on, where it didn't look to be as fruitful, but eventually it started to produce that fruit that you want.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah. Cancer and Capricorn are very interesting sister signs to me, because Capricorn is that I will achieve. I will do the thing. I will stick, even if it kills me. So yeah, with the Cancer full moon, those would have been like, I feel this way. I don't know if I want to continue with this. All of my feelings are important and they matter. But then the sun goes, but what do you want? Do you want to stay in this moment, or do you want to push forward?
Yeah.
So there's that. There's that.